Hey guys, welcome back to this week's video. This week, or actually this time, it's time to change the spark plugs on our SUV. Well, not SUV, on our vehicle. Because it's about that time. Had to be done 6 months ago, 8 months ago even, longer. And I've just been procrastinating it for a while. So I'm gonna see how much I can do. And yeah, I'll go take you along with us. If you guys remember, one of our videos a while ago, we had to actually change our spark plugs because we had the check engine light. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get that sorted. And yeah, gonna see what I remember from doing it before. I used to help out my friend a couple times with his car, so hopefully it's not too complex. And worst case scenario, we do have a little bit of a backup, but I'll let you guys know about that later. Let's see how much I can do this with one hand. Okay, so this is what we're working with. It's a very dirty and dusty, which could be problematic, but it's a Mitsubishi Outlander 2014 V6. So that means that there is 6 plugs that I have to change. There's one problem though. It looks like, and you can see under here, this is one of the coils, the ignition coils, and this is the air intake. So once I get this off, I'm probably gonna see that the 3 ignition coils over here are gonna be covered, and I don't know if I have what it takes to take this off to reach it. But underneath here is the another bank, but I can at least get to these. So I'm gonna have to take off this, take off the cover, and then we'll get to see. So hold your horses, I'll be right there with you. And I'm gonna go right ahead and say, very quick disclaimer, I am not a mechanic. I did not take mechanics class. This is all amateur hour. This is all stuff that I've learned either through friends or through my dad or through the internet. So I am not a perfect human being. I am not smart in this will. I just have a very basic understanding of what the thing does, how to change it, what other things to look out for. Nice. Cool. Take this off. That is dust. Yeah, that is filthy. Not much I can really clean off of though. I'm gonna have to get that completely washed. But 1, 2, and 3 I can take off. 4, 5, and 6, if that's even the proper numbers of the coils, but there's 3 underneath this. And this is where air comes in. I can't take this off. I don't have what it needs to do that. So I'm gonna have to take it to somewhere, and that's my plan B. The most important thing you can have is a trusty neighbor. So I'm gonna thank my neighbor Mike, who gave me that, or lend me, the elusive 10mm. How ironic. The most important, if not most used, automotive I guess socket is the one I also forgot. So now that means I can pull out the ignition coil, bada bing. Then that way I can switch over from a 10mm to a 5/8 magnetic spark plug socket. Reach in there. There we go. And there you have it, spark plug. A little bit of white at the end, which I think it means that it's running hot. So I think this might be the lean bank, although I'm no expert. You guys can just see the difference. The clean, never used spark plug. It's nice. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the socket first, drop it in, go from there. Yeah, it just clicked in. When I put it down, the washer does not fall out. So I'm just gonna try get it in. Quick look at the instruction manual, but owner's manual. It says spark plugs, NGK, then the code, but it doesn't say a torque specification. From what I do remember though, torque specification is about 23 foot-pounds, or I think Newton meters are a little bit higher, so I think it's like 16 Newton meters or something like that. So quick Google search and I'll put it to that. In the meantime though, I will grab my father's torque wrench. So quick, although Mike deserves a shout out for the 10 mil, my dad does deserve a shout out for bar as well as the torque wrench. So let me just set you guys down. M12, 15 to 20 Newton meters. Cool. I'm going to remove the extension and plug this torque wrench into the extension. I'm also going to make sure that it's wrenching the right way, which it is. I'm going to have to do it this way because there's not much space in this engine bay. Well, there is, but there's an air box and I don't want to get that stuck. Tighter, tighter. Oh, and that's a click, and that's it. So that's the first one done. Now all I gotta do is put the ignition coil back on, and that should be it. So let me just pull this out. It looks like it's straight, which, you know, for automotive equipment, if it's not straight, got a problem. Well, at least for spark plugs. Maybe there's other things that shouldn't be straight, but that looks straight to me. Coolio. Wipe this down, make sure it's not too dusty. Reorientate it back in, and it goes in. Cool. Let me just put this in. Make sure not to drop someone else's 10 millimeter. I think that's right. Now here's the thing. I have an OBD that will be able to tell me if something's wrong. So there's also that. Cool. Time to do number 2. Almost the same deal, a little white. Might be running rich, or sorry, not rich, other way around, lean. Just like that. Here we go. safely back in. Let me just wipe it down so there's no dust. Okay. I guess I gotta see if it turns over then, eh? Oh boy. It starts. And no engine warning light. That is just TPMS, seatbelt, door open, key missing, even though it's not, it's in my pocket. And yeah, so no actual warning lights. And also the handbrake. No actual warning lights. And yeah, so I guess that's good news so far. Nothing's there, which means, ladies and gentlemen, that we can put this back on top and confidently say that we did at least 3 spark plugs. Alrighty. It's just an engine cover, so it doesn't really matter if they're centered or not, but it looks prettier if it is. This way I didn't lose any screws or bolts or whatever they're called. It's dirty, car is dirty, but that's gonna be a video for later. Thank you guys for watching. Really hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Catch you guys next time.